the elders. No, they are coming today, and in Uganda, it's not strange now for us to talk about patriotism or nationalism. The love for our country, the love for each other. And this country called Uganda, which is brought in force by the British, it's there. And we people who are in there are now Ugandans, and we must love one another. Yes, we must work together as a group. We must therefore recognize that we may not be speaking one native language. There are many different languages, many dialects, but on the Ugandan soil, we drink Ugandan water, and we are here, we interact with everybody within our borders, and that's important. And that we should identify or link up our destinies together. Yes, so wherever you are, if you move from Kampala and you go to Kapchorwa, you should not feel odd or feel a stranger just because you have moved out of a community into a new community or a different community of Sebe. You should not feel odd if you move from here to Kisoro, because you are still Ugandan. And in fact, when you begin interacting, because of this system which is coming up, you feel there is no difference. There's nothing to worry about, and nobody is going to do you any harm just because you're a stranger. So this is beginning, and this is good. Now, the other one is a common economic system. A common economic system. I think this has now come out clearly. The other, in the 60s, were toying with the socialist economic system. You know, there was that movement of moving to the left, championed by the government at that time. We're moving to the left, we're going to have a socialist system, then probably we might become communists and so on, where everything is held in common and there's common property and we produce and so on. Now when you produce, you just take what you need at home, the rest is for the country. But now I think it's become clear that yes, we have embraced the capitalistic approach and the mode of production, and that's it. Now, this one has challenges, but it has also the important aspect of bringing communities together and also of promoting peace. Yes, because if my community produces rice, like rice is produced in Busoga or now Gulu, and then everybody there is producing rice. But then this other community in Kampala is not able to produce, it needs rice for it to survive. So therefore, the community in Kampala must go out and look for the rice in Gulu and buy it, pay those people. The people of Gulu, because they are paid and they become rich and they are happy, they would want to associate very closely with the people of Kampala. And they therefore don't want anything to happen to the people of Kampala, to disrupt the peace and security in Kampala. Because if that happens, then there will be no rice. And that will mean hunger and serious problems. And when somebody is hungry, then the beast in that person comes out. Not so? If one is hungry, I can assure you, even a very pious religious person might behave seriously if there is very little food there. He might not say, no, oh God, guide me so that this food, for me I don't mind even if I don't eat, but let this little food be given to the other little girl. No. the beast, the person might come out and say, no, 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 me first, and this girl, well, we shall look after her later. So, therefore, peace becomes very important. We cannot do certain activities which are going to disrupt the well-being and stability of the community we are dealing with economically. And I think today, this is becoming very, very, very important. Yes, and this is helping communities to get together, which communities were not interacting maybe in our time in the 60s, 50 years ago. Somebody in Kampala, what need did they have to deal with somebody in Gulu? Was it there? Or somebody in Gulu really thinking seriously about somebody in Kampala? Gulu was self-supporting. Kampala was okay. What do I have to know, whatever is going on? And indeed, people, especially people in Central, were so, what do we call it? Claustrophobic. It's around there. You ask somebody, have you been to Mukono? Mukono, oh, that's very far away. Why should I go to Mukono? But Mukono is not just a few 15 miles away from Kampala. And you don't know Mukono. You are now a grown-up person. You are 25, you are 30. You don't know Mukono. Well, there's no need. But today, you get people from Kampala as far as Eleko. Not so. And they are living there comfortably. And those from Eleko, they are here in Kampala, living comfortably and making networks and so on. So this is certainly something good and which must be promoted. Now, if we have a good, strong government which is based on very good principles, democratic principles, making sure recognizing people and really people-centered, then that's also another guarantee and a good foundation for peace. So we are moving, and of course all this is strengthened and oiled by the education that we have. Not only the formal education, but even the informal one. It's the informal one from the homes, where we get some of these, the values begin. What we now call Ubuntu. It begins in the home. And this is everywhere. It's not only among the Bantu speaking, it's everywhere in the community. So this system, it is good and focuses on peace, that will be okay. I think we have to make special mention of the Ahmadiyya Association, because that mission, for them, they have made peace, I think, one of the cherished goals. Yes. And this has somehow even affected or modeled their outlook. You can see wherever you meet an Ahmadiyya, it is just peace, humility. Unlike other groups, which are very militant, you see somebody, even if he doesn't say anything, you say, hey, wait, this one now. This one, if he's a religious person, he has not said anything, but the way he stands and the gait and the demeanor, you say, this one, and the way he looks at you, But look at an Ahmadiyya, peace, humility. Because peace and humility is at the center, and they train for it. And if all people are like that, and of course there is tolerance, then there will be no problem. We'll have a lot of peace, and we'll be as innocent as the children. You know, Jesus Christ said, let the children come to me. You see? Because they're innocent. They are not tainted by all these feelings of hatred, of dislike, and so on. And the child is always happy. Not so? Yeah, child is happy, and the child will take to a stranger because sees that person as a protector, somebody good. But these other people, look at somebody and say, no, wait a minute. I think I'd better look at my left and right and then turn around back and see I may not be safe. So the theme, therefore, is important. And the theme championed by young people is good. All I would like to say, really, to the young people, keep in that train. Keep in the train. We need peace. We need to work together. We need to have a common value system. And we need really to work together as a nation, as a team, so that we can push forward. If we are together, we work like that, then development will come, and we shall actually now build a very strong nation called Uganda, and we shall go along those principles of tolerance, of justice, of inclusivity, and therefore we shall definitely shun conflict, and we can together withstand any group that would like to create conflict and disruption in our midst. So with those remarks, really, once again, I would like to thank you for inviting me and for holding this symposium on peace. Please keep it up. There is nothing to lose. With peace, there is everything to gain. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the Honorable Minister for Public Service. When Reverend Canon Mwesje introduced you as the Chief Appointing Officer in the country, the President of the Youth noted it down. So one of these days you should expect a knock at your office and you won't be surprised. The Ahmadiyya boys and girls will have come for their share of the national cake. Thank you so much. Yeah. We still have a couple of guests just to recognize. On account of time, we may not have any more guest speakers. I want to thank you so much for those of us who have been able to share a word with our esteemed audience. We have a friend from a director, Nahawi Junior School, Ndeje, Sheikh Daud Abusura Mahad. Wherever you are, you can say salam to the audience. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We also have another school director and as well a woman councillor for Sega Parish, Luwaga Division, and she's the director for Little Bitos Primary School, Madam Asia Nagudi. Wherever you are, you can say salam. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have Dr. Musa Mubiru, gynecologist from Kawempe Hospital and Gombe, and also Mbarara School of Science. Dr. Musa, wherever you are. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dr. John Baptist Ruanga, a lecturer from Bugema University, can say salam wherever you are. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We also have Haji Lukandwa, forgotten one name. Alaikum salam wa barakatuh, Special Presidential Advisor. We also have Mr. Juko Gavin, IT Office, Ministry of Education. Wherever you are, Mr. Juko. I think he's moved out. Mr. Wanzala Silva is a psychiatrist from Stabika Hospital. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our esteemed ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take you through our structure as Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Those of us who may not be knowing how the Ahmadiyya Muslim community is structured. The supreme head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda is referred to as the Amir, is the chief executive officer, and is Sheikh Al-Haji Muhammad Ali Kaire. I'll not request him to stand up, but he's going to come here to give us a keynote address. He's a top-notch scholar in the world, Islamic universities in Pakistan. He has an experience of clerical work spanning over 40 years. He has engaged in interreligious debates. He has translated books. He speaks quite a number of international languages, including English, Arabic, Urdu, and Swahili. And that gives him a basis of explaining issues to whoever cares to listen. When the time comes, he will come to speak to us. He's the keynote speaker. He has 4 deputies, and his first deputy is Mr. Haruna Mubiru, a graduate of economics from Islamic University in Uganda, and a practicing economist. He's a businessman in Kampala. Mr. Haruna, I request you to say salam to the audience. That is the first deputy in the hierarchy of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community Administration in Uganda. The second deputy is Dr. Musa Sechikubo. He is not only a medical doctor, but he has a doctorate in medicine, and he heads the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology in Makerere University. He's the second deputy chief officer of the Muslim community in Uganda. I request you to say salam to him. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The third deputy is Mr. Shoaib Katongole, a businessman in Kampala. Shoaib, can say salam to the audience.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Salam. And the fourth deputy is Hajj Muhammad Kato, also a businessman in town.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The Amir works with a number of people on his executive, serving the different departments. We cannot be in position to introduce all of them, but I want to request whoever is here on the national AMLA can stand up for recognition. A few members here who sit on the Chief Executive Committee, National Chief Executive Committee of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Committee, please kindly stand up for recognition. They are serving in different departments. You can say salam. Thank you, salam. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community also has different sections, different gender and age of people. Just like today, you've heard, we have the Muslim youth, Ahmadiyya Muslim youth, that is the boys' side, but we also have the ladies' side. We have a lady who heads the Ahmadiyya ladies in Uganda. She also has a team that she works with. I request you to say salam to the audience, the president of the Women League, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda. also have the senior citizens of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the men above 40 years. 40 years and above, they have a president who takes care of their organization and all other activities regarding them. Incidentally, one of the deputy presidents to the Amir is still the president of the senior citizens of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Haj Sheikh, I request you to say salam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And finally, we have a section of the youth. Our youths range from 15 years to 39. The moment you clock 40, you join the other group of the seniors. So they are headed by their president, who is the chief organizer of this symposium, and he has a team of people that is working with. He has a committee. Mr. Abdul Chwanka, like Canon Wesley said, is a senior laboratory technician working with Lancet Laboratories. He's a graduate from Mbara University of Science and Technology. He has worked for quite some time and he has mastered that skill of the lab. He's the president of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth in Uganda. He is also a director in the Humanity First organization. He heads the department called Gift of Sight. Those of you who have interacted with Humanity First, you might be knowing what Gift of Sight does. It is at this very moment that I would like to invite him to come and say a word to our esteemed audience.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the merciful, may the peace and blessings of the Almighty Allah be upon you all. By the immense grace of Allah the Almighty, this evening we are gathered here together on the occasion of the 11th version of this noble event. And it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you once again to this function. The Amir and missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, who is the father of our community, and it is through his continuous guidance that we are here. I take recognition of all the guests that have honored our invitation. And looking at the high table where I'm having the different reverends, the sheikhs, we are having scholars. This answering the true call of this Peace Symposium of 2025 that is bringing communities together for the cause of peace. We are here to dialogue, reflect upon how best we at the forefront of God's magnificent creation, how we can forge our way forward in bringing together all our communities, regardless of race, creed, for the cause of peace, as this evening's theme clearly elaborates, and with much more broader objective of establishing genuine peace on a global scale. For over 2 decades, our spiritual father, the Khalifa of Islam and the current global leader of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community, His Holiness Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the 5th, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah strengthen his hand, has been urging governments, politicians, and all people to play their role in ensuring social cohesion of our individual societies and a wider peace and harmony of the world. Expressing his views on how to bring an end to all forms of warfare, whether conflicts fought falsely in the name of religion or those of geopolitical nature. Subsequently, as the true followers of the Holy Prophet of Islam, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and the promised Messiah, may Allah be pleased with him, the Imam that we've accepted as the reformer of this age, we are duty-bound to follow suit in voicing out our spiritual father's message of peace to those within our reach. We can appeal for a joint effort towards not only the pressing need to end wars between and strive for peace wherever civil wars and internal disputes arise, because certainly history teaches us that due to such unjust laws, internal conflicts can easily give birth to regional tensions and eventually to global wars, as has been witnessed in nations close and far from our neighborhood, affecting global security and stability. We've seen this in Sudan, Syria, Iraq, Palestine, to mention but a few. Thus, as the followers of the true teachings of Islam, we are required not to waver in the pursuit of peace, but rather to always speak the truth, so that when held accountable before God Almighty, we can truthfully claim to have tried saving God's creation from destruction. And so, we humbly call upon every concerned individual to peacefully, truthfully, and courageously advocate for peace within our communities, as taught by our beloved Holy Prophet of Islam, Muhammad Mustafa. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. With these few remarks, on behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Wing and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community at large, I humbly and sincerely express our heartfelt gratitude to you all, our dear guests, for sparing us a portion of your ample time to honor our invitation and join us this evening. May Allah the Almighty richly bless all your endeavors and benefit us all with all his favors that are in this gathering. Amen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, that is the president of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Wing in Uganda. He also doubles as the vice chairman of Humanitarian Fast in Uganda, and as well MTA, which is Muslim Television Ahmadiyya. We are very much grateful for that communication. I missed out a key group of people who are part of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and those are our beloved missionaries. Missionaries whose duty is to propagate the message of Islam, Ahmadiyya, across the world. In the true sense of the word, I want to request all the missionaries who are here to stand up for recognition and say salam to our guests. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for that omission. At this juncture, may I invite with honor our keynote speaker, who is none other than the Chief Executive Officer of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda, Sheikh Al-Haji Maulana Muhammad Ali Kaire. You are very much welcome to speak to this honorable gathering.
President Haram Katute. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Respect Umara of Ahmadiyya Muslim Association, Honorable Minister, colleagues from the religious fraternity, missionaries, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. First of all, I'm extremely grateful to Allah the Almighty, who has enabled us, most especially the youths of the Ahmadiyya community, in spite of much challenges, to organize such a function. Falhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Secondly, I thank the youth under the leadership, wise leadership of the Sadr Khudam al-Ahmadiyya, for having undertaken this task of bringing the people together so that we listen to each other for the noble cause of peace. May Allah reward them abundantly. Lastly but not least, I thank all of you for having devoted this precious time and sacrificed it to us to come here and share ideas with us. May Allah the Almighty bless you abundantly. Keeping the theme in view, brothers and sisters, we observe that modern man today has in place all the requirements of bringing communities together for the noble cause of peace. Let us not forget that the theme of today is bringing communities together for the cause of peace, and as such, we see today that modern man has much in place that would make that task easy. We have in place advanced means of contact in the form of modern communication, advanced means of interaction in the form of modern transportation, purposeful congregations like religious congregations and others, and above all, modern education. With all that in place, one would imagine or suppose that bringing communities together for a common cause of peace and peaceful coexistence should be obvious and easy. Unfortunately, it has not been obvious and it has not been easy.